everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, it is so nice to meet you. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how much money my husband and I spent at Disney World. One day at the Magic Kingdom on one of the busiest days of the year. So that's what we're doing today, but that's what we're working with. But I thought I would sit here and share with you guys how much money we spent on our Airbnb. I did the math to figure out for the nights that we were specifically going to Disney World and things like that, as well as I have my receipts for everything we spent while we were at the park, as well as the online receipts that I have. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. So first off, we drove from South Carolina to St. Augustine and then from St. Augustine to Orlando. I'm not including the cost of gas because one, that changes so regularly. So I'm not including the cost of gas, also because we came from St. Augustine and went to Orlando, and also because travel for every single person is going to be different. So I'm just not including the drive because we were already in Florida. We were doing other things in Orlando, not just going to Disney World. So that's kind of why I'm not including that. But I am going to talk about our Airbnb stay. We stayed at obviously an Airbnb, but it was like a hotel that was listed on Airbnb. It was about 20 minutes away from the parks. It was about a mile from Universal though, so I think it was priced for its proximity to a theme park. But we picked the one that we did because it looked nice and it was close enough to the parks that we felt like we weren't going to be driving a really long distance. We stayed for a total of 3 nights, but I did the math for 2 nights because we wanted to get to the park when it opened and we wanted to leave when it closed. So it opens at 9, it closes at 11. I'd say we got there around 8:30 so that we could get there when the park opened, or so we could be there when the park opened, and we left around 10:30. So we obviously were gonna stay the night in Orlando the night before, and we were going to stay the night after because it was a long day. We weren't gonna drive home after a day at Disney World. So I did the math for 2 nights, pretending like we went and stayed just for Disney World and then left. So it was $79 per night, and we stayed 2 nights. That is a total of $158 because we booked on Airbnb. There were also the service fee and the occupancy fee and taxes. So between all of that added together, it was $199.87. So essentially it was $100 a night to stay at this Airbnb hotel. Since it was a hotel, there was not a cleaning fee, so that was really nice that they didn't include that. I went back and looked just to make sure, but so far we're at $199.87. And then we had the price of 2 adult tickets. Like I said, this was one of the busiest days of the year. We went on July 3rd, so tickets were a lot more expensive than they would be if you went during a slower season. So for the 2 of us, it was $298.20. It was $140 a ticket plus tax, so $298.20. That's right at $300. So 300 plus the 200, we're already at $500, and we have not even gone inside the park yet. Wow. I don't like this. This is freaking me out. I have actually not done the math yet, so I have no idea about anything else. So first, let's talk about food. We ate lunch and dinner, and then we had 2 snacks while we were there. So let me find the snack receipts. Oh, and we also went to Starbucks. Okay, so I can't find one of the receipts. But let's start with lunch because that was let's start with Starbucks because that was the first snack of the day. So we got 2 venti iced vanilla lattes, and this is priced the same as a regular Starbucks. So it was after tax $11.69. Then we ate lunch. We both had flatbread pizzas from Pinocchio's Village House. The all meat flatbread, which is what I got, was $11.99, and Mason got a pepperoni flatbread, and that was also $11.99, which totaled to $25.54 after tax. We did use our phone to order, so that's why it is mobile receipt instead of a physical receipt. And after that, we had a Dole Whip. I do not remember the name of it, and at this moment in time, I do not have that receipt, so I will figure out the price and put it on the screen for you and then figure it out. I do not know what I did with that receipt. I'm really annoyed that I don't know what I did with that receipt. Okay, whatever. And then after that, we ate dinner. We went to Casey's Corner, which is right on the corner of Main Street, and we got a footlong. I got a footlong hot dog because I just wanted a plain hot dog, and it was the same price to get a footlong as it was to get a regular hot dog. It was $12.99 because I did get it with cheese, and Mason got a chili hot dog, and that was $11.99. So our total for dinner was $26.61, which honestly isn't that bad for lunch or dinner to spend $50-ish on our main meals. And then after that, we were recommended to have a cinnamon roll from Gaston's Tavern, and this is in New Fantasyland. So we stopped and got a massive cinnamon roll. It was like the size of my head. head. And we also got 2 fountain drinks, so 2 Cokes. We had water the rest of the day. There were water fountains throughout the park. We filled up water bottles before we went in, and we wanted to make sure that we were staying hydrated, and we did not want to spend a fortune on drinks. So this was the one time we actually paid money for drinks, and the cinnamon roll was $6.79, and the 2 Cokes were $7.98. I cannot believe we paid almost $4 a drink. So our total at Gaston's Tavern was $15.73. Just a snack, that's a fortune. Oh my gosh. So for food, that is all we spent. I still have to figure out the price of the Dole Whip. So let me do that really quickly just because I want to add it into our overall cost, and then I'll tell you what the overall cost of food was. Okay, so I found the menu for the place that we got the Dole Whips online. They were $5.99 each plus tax. So let me see, what percentage is tax? Okay, so for the Dole Whips, it was a total of $12.69. So for all of the food costs, let me do the math really quickly. Okay, so our overall food cost was $91.30, which, wow, I'm blown away. I cannot believe we spent that much on food, but the cinnamon roll was really good. Can't go to Disney World without getting a Dole Whip. Honestly, like, that was the one thing I was forward to the absolute most. So that was all of the food costs. So now let's talk about the merchandise that we purchased, which honestly wasn't a ton. I wanted to desperately spend more money on merchandise, but I knew that 1, we were moving soon, so we weren't really gonna have room for it, and 2, it was just incredibly pricey, and we were trying to save money where we can. I would rather have an experience like a giant cinnamon roll in Gaston's Tavern and eating a Dole Whip in line for Pirates than having a t-shirt to wear later, because let's be real, I wear t-shirts all the time, so I have a ton of them. I don't need another t-shirt, and I don't need a bunch of random stuff in my house. So let's talk about, actually before we do that, let's talk about the price of parking. We had a standard size car, we did drive. So the total price was $25. I really love that when they do the price of it, they include the tax. So when you see how much you're paying, you know that you're paying $25, but that includes the tax. So it's technically $23.47 to park, plus the tax is $1.53, which makes it $25 total, which I appreciate. They make it super easy. We just had a standard regular automobile, so that's why it was only $25. If you have an oversized vehicle, it's more, that kind of thing. So now let's talk about merchandise. So first I really wanted to get a mug. So I spent $29.99, well, $31.94 on a mug from Disney World. I got it from the Starbucks, which is why it was so much more expensive, because I did find another one later at Springs that I absolutely loved that was only $15.99. And honestly, I wish I would have held out for that one because I liked it a lot better, but I did like the Starbucks one. So I'm okay with it because it's Starbucks and Disney World and I love both. So I thought it'd be nice to have. Also, I don't have any other like Starbucks mugs or cups or anything, so I figured that would be the perfect occasion to get one. So like I said, that was $31.94. And then it was raining basically all of the afternoon, and we stood in line, and I was being super reluctant. I did not want to get a poncho because ponchos, first of all, I'm never gonna wear it again. So I told Mason if they were $5 or less, we could get one, but I absolutely knew they were not gonna be $5 or less. I knew they were gonna be at least $10 to $15. They were $12.99 for the kid ones. So the adult ones were probably $15. And we were gonna have to get two, so that was gonna be $30. So I said, if an umbrella is less than $20, then we're gonna get an umbrella because I know I was that again, and I know I will not use the ponchos again. So we got an umbrella for $15.99. But again, that's something that we can use again and again and again. We can take it to Disney World again if we go. We can take it literally anywhere that we go. We can use it at home, and it's nice merchandise. And so after tax, it was $17.03. That was from Disney Springs, so we're not gonna look at that. Okay, and then we went to one other store to get merchandise, and it was the Disney, like the big Disney store. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that's on Main Street. And we got two things for Mason's coworker, who actually did pay us back for it, so I'll take that off the total price. But we got the Minnie Mouse Rice Krispie treats, and those are $4.99 each, so we bought two of those. And then we also got me a pin because I love pins. I put them on my backpack, and it was $9.91, so $9.99. So overall, we spent a total of $21.27 at that Disney store. So if we take $10 off that, because the coworker paid us $10, so I guess it was $11.21 for the... So that is actually everything we spent at Disney World. So now let me go ahead and do the math and see exactly how much our trip cost just to Disney. 1 second. Okay, so I don't have the total yet, but I wanted to stop in and tell you that I did the math for all of the merchandise and food that was purchased, and parking, so all of that. So after we paid for our Airbnb and our tickets, everything we spent at the park was only $160. $177.50 for 2 people. Honestly, that's not that bad, especially considering it's Disney World. So people spend so much more money on so many more things. So $177.50. And then let's talk about the tickets. That was $298.20. And then we have our Airbnb, which was $199.87. So overall, on a single day at Disney World for 2 adults, it was a total of $675.50. 57 cents. That is wild. Wow. I hate us. I hate us. I hate us so much. Wow. That's a lot of money. But yeah, that was how much money we spent at Disney World in a single day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.